Fancy remix to page 444.
Hello, welcome back to take 444. This is my entry rather late into the Acid archives. I've been watching quite a few of the videos and I thought I'd put my tuppence worth in. As I'm doing an A to Z of psychedelia, I thought I'd stay in that bracket, and I'm on the letter C, and so my entry is the fantastic creation of sunlight, or sunlight as they should correctly be named apparently. I prefer Creation of Sunlight. I think Creation of Sunlight is actually the name of the album. This is just the most fantastic pop psych album. It's playing in the background at the moment. If you don't know it, it's not terribly well known. It should be huge, but it's not. It's been reissued a couple of times on CD, and this is a bootleg from the early 90s, I think it was. The originals are, I mean, these are going for £200 or £300. So the originals are you can put another zero on that. They're 2,000-3,000. If you could ever find one, there are a couple, I think, for sale on Discogs. I'm quite happy with this. This is a good sounding reissue, despite its dodgy credentials. So they're a band. This album was released in 1969. They're a band from LA. Not a huge amount of information on them because they didn't really go anywhere. And they're on a small label, Windy Records, and I'm not entirely sure that they were promoted very much. They did release a 45, Judy in Disguise, which I don't have. Unfortunately, it's on the CD apparently, but not on this copy. It's got a fantastic sleeve, one of my favourite psych sleeves. But yeah, so it's a sunshine pop psych album. There's a little bit of the association in there, but there's a bit more weirdness in it. Fantastic organ in the background, and the bass playing is superb throughout. The musicianship on here is fantastic. There aren't any particular highlights. They're all fantastic tracks. If I were to pick one, I'd probably go for 7 Times Infinity on side 2. But the track that you're listening to now, the first track is called David, and it's fantastic. It sets the scene. Great vocal harmonies, a little bit of weirdness in there, as I say, but just a wonderful record. Should be huge. It just isn't for some reason. It needs a proper reissue. There's some of the reissues I've seen that have got a slightly different sleeve. So it's obviously from the Acid archives. It's on page 78. There's the entry. It doesn't give a lot of information. There's only one paragraph, and it basically just tells you what I've said. But it says it's swinging Hammond guitar interplay, upbeat vocal harmonies. To me, one of the most essential Los Angeles rarities on the same label as Merkin. That's about all that there is on there. It's a fantastic record. If you don't know it, pick it up wherever you see it. You won't be disappointed. It's a terrific record, and I highly recommend it. Like I say, so it's in Acid archives. It certainly wasn't it wasn't known about a few years ago when I first started buying psych. Acid archives is now the Bible that we all look things up in. But it used to be this. This came out in 1984, called the Acid Trip. I got this when it came out. It's well, at the time it was fantastic. It had some great colour shots in there, but of sleeves. But there's so little information on compared to what we have now. That was by Vernon Joynson. He's done a few updates, brought a few other books out. A few years after that, this came out in '88, I think. This is called After the Acid Trip, The Flashback. This was the same sort of thing, but without the colour photos, and it's not in here either. I mean, this is just, you know, the information that was available back in the 80s was pretty scant, especially if you weren't around at the time. You'd probably only picked up a few of the albums, Pink Floyd and The Doors, and there was a rumour that there was a band called the 13th Floor Elevators, but it took quite a while to find the records. But now we have the fantastic Acid Archives. I've just had a look through it on the letter C. I have about 18 or 19 in that in C. I haven't been through the whole book and counted what I've got, but I've got quite a few of them. But so many of them are on such small labels and so obscure that you might pick one up in the States in a charity shop, but you certainly wouldn't ever find them in the UK. And it is a mostly American slant on this. But yeah, Creation of Sunlight, wonderful record, pick it up. And thanks to Dom for starting it all. I might do another one soon when I can get around to it. I've been a bit busy recently, so I haven't put any videos out for a week or so. See you all soon. Bye.